ShartimusPrime. Reading comics, toys are hella sick, hella whacking it, taking bad hits, taking bad shit. Subscribe.
Hey, what's up you guys? ShartimusPrime here, doing another Marvel Legends action figure review on the Black Widow movies, Crimson Dynamo Build-A-Figure Waves Taskmaster. If you're trying to get your Marvel Legends, you can do so at
Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below.
And while you're down there, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. And I gotta give a big thanks to Xmanny87 for helping me out in finding this wave. I did find it in the wild at Target. Check out Xmanny87's Instagram, link in the description below. And this thing looks sick already, man. Ooh, so happy I was able to find this set. Anyway, you could see Taskmaster right there on the side, looking pretty cool. There's this thing going on with his visor. I didn't expect a bunch of little dots and stuff. Kind of interesting. Anyway, on the back right here, you could see an image of Taskmaster. There's a read up over there. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. There's the other figures from the wave with some beautiful looking art. And then on this side, you get the Taskmaster again. You get a Black Widow logo on the very top. Not much more at the bottom. So let's get to it and crack this thing open. And here's Taskmaster out of the packaging. And oh my goodness, I gotta say, I really like the sculpting on this figure. There's so much good detail throughout on this piece that just makes me very happy looking at it. I like the paint apps as well. And we do get a ton of accessories, which is very appropriate for Taskmaster. So let's get a closer look at those, and then we'll take a closer look at Tasky. Is it cringy when I say Tasky? I know I heard Spider-Man say that, or read Spider-Man say that in a comic book before. But we got a lot of accessories over here, and I still want more. I mostly really like these, though. And we got a pair of fisted hands, we have weapon grabbing hands, we have the Black Panther-ish clawing hands right there, the shield, the bow, the arrow, and the sword. And the paint apps on these accessories mostly look pretty good aside from some minor paint imperfections. I got a little extra glob of orange right over there at the bottom, but this whole line work looks pretty clean to me. I like that. Love the gunmetal gray. We're seeing a lot of gunmetal gray on the figure. Of course, we have this arrow. I think we've seen this before. I'm fairly certain we've seen this before. And then we have the bow, and it does have a little clip right here on the side, so it does help with posing and everything, replacing it right there. I think that's really neat. I've been wanting, this for a while, and we've had it, especially with the moon star and everything. But yeah, I think this is really cool. I really like this mechanical bow. Very neat looking compound bow, right? Is that name? Trying to name things correctly. Yeah, but anyway, or when it comes to bows, I don't do it for the guns. I try it for the guns. If you saw my John Wick review, I was actually pretty accurate with the guns in that one. But anyway, looking at the shield, this is the most disappointing accessory for me. It has the same clip function where you could, pull it back like this, and you could put it onto Tasky's wrist right here. I'm just going to keep saying that. And I kind of want to get a fisted hand on here too, just because. But yeah, you could see that, that works, but it's a very tiny little shield. It's so small looking on the figure, man. Especially as we get further away from the camera. I mean, look at that. It's a tiny little disc shield. That's a bummer. And he has no porting right here on his back for it. So you could flip this back and not port it anywhere. So that's frustrating. Kind of wish he's supposed to have like a scarf coming down this way too, but we'll get into that more later on. And another thing to note about the shield is I did notice online that the images I found did not really resemble this shield design. There's a lot of extra line work and stuff like that we are not getting on this piece right here. So can't wait for another movie Taskmaster figure in the next 6 months, right? Is that how this works? But I do like that we get these cool Killmonger hands. These are just remade in dark blue. They look good. They work for the figure, I think. And then you can see that we get the weapon holding hands. The right weapon holding hand is shaped with the trigger finger sticking out right there. The figure does not come with a gun, but if you wanted to give Taskmaster a gun, it will fit into his hand just fine. So I think that's pretty neat, even though I wish he came with a gun. So what do you guys think about this movie design for Taskmaster, huh? I actually like it. In the comics, of course, he's got more of an actual skull mask thing going on, but here they gave him like a motorcycle helmet thing with the hood over it, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you really think about it, but still kind of cool. I like it. I think it looks really neat. I kind of wish he had like a really long scarf at least, if they're not going to give him a cape. I can understand why they wouldn't give him a cape. Can you imagine having to CGI around a cape throughout the whole movie? I bet that's why, right? I really like the gunmetal gray gray right here on this faceplate. That looks so awesome. I love the detail with the teeth sculpted in there. And I think it's a cool design. I like having that lens over his eyes, so really nice. I like the texturing on the hood right here too. That's really cool. Fairly decent paint apps. You know, there are some parts where it's a little fuzzy or, you know, just didn't really land exactly how it was supposed to, but not enough to bother me. Just minor imperfections. For the most part, this orange trim right here looks really good. I like that. Again, I don't like how this just stops right here. I feel like he should have like a scarf like waving in the back. That would have been kind of neat to see. So it does feel a little bit empty right here, but I really like how this figure is sculpted. You get that texturing that we see on the back of the hood throughout on the figure. You can see it on the arms right there. Nice gunmetal gray for these shoulder pads. I really like how the forearms look right here too. And looking at all this nice metallic blue right there on the chest looks great. Mixed in with the gunmetal gray again, and nice clean line work with the orange. Very pleased with that. The belt looks good. I like how these are very soft so you can get them into dynamic poses as you saw at the beginning of the video. Then you can see the legs look really good. Nice dispersion of paint throughout on the figure. Could use more, I guess, you know, like these pieces, you know, seem like they could have some paint added to them, but still like it. There's the Taskmaster butt, and then we get the back of the legs with the wrinkles sculpted in the joints. I do dig that. I noticed that with the arms too. You can see the wrinkles right there in the joints. I kind of like that detail. Or I do like that detail. Boots look really good right here. I like how that's made out of like a glossier plastic than the rest of it, you know, so you can see there's a difference right there. So that's pretty neat. Again, nice sculpt in those and everything. I don't like how the toes curl up, but it doesn't really make it that hard to pose around, but they do kind of curl up just a tiny little bit. And then we do get nice treads sculpted right over here, as well as peg holes at the bottom of the feet. I do wish we had a removable hood or an interchangeable head with this guy too, but we already do get a lot of accessories. But anyway, you can move the head up pretty far. I think that's a decent range of motion right over there, especially with the hood and everything. You can see it kind of getting in the way in the back, so he will look up that much, and you can get him to look down that far. You get side-to-side motion right there, and just a little bit of head wobbling. You do get butterfly joints that shift forward and back just the tiniest bit. They just shift. It's not even like a full range of motion right there. Oh wait, as I'm pushing it, you can see, yeah, a little bit more, but it's still not a lot. And they do have the sculpted texturing in there too. I did get a little scuff on the edge. It's actually a dent into the figure. So yeah, be careful with the shoulder joints, guys. You can get the shoulders to move outward that much, down, rotate a full 360, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, and then all of the hands turn side to side and hinge up and down, including the bow and arrow holding hand or the bow holding hand. I wish that one had a side to side motion. This one right here. I wish that one had side to side movement instead, but nope, they all move up and down. You do get an ab crunch forward that bends in a lot. Oof, that's weird. I don't know. Yeah. And then it does bend back a lot. I like how the silver goes all the way up, or the gunmetal gray does. You get a waist swivel, hips move outward that far, and he will kick forward that much, back, upper thigh cut, double jointed knees, and then the ankles move down, up, and he has beautiful ankle pivot. Now to measure out this Taskmaster figure, you can see that he is standing just a little over 6.5 inches tall. And then for a size comparison, we have Taskmaster next to my Black Widow figure that I have up on my MCU shelf, which is a kit bash between the Infinity War Black Widow without the vest with the Endgame Quantum head sculpt on there. And for a Taskmaster comparison, we have our movie version next to the Toy Biz version, and then we have the two Hasbro versions right over here. This one right here, oh my god, it's such a stellar figure. One thing I'm surprised about is that they did not go with the Udon Taskmaster design. They really did try to replicate a skull design over here for that head sculpt, and just to see the Udon Taskmaster head sculpt again, because I do think this figure looks a whole lot better with the Udon head sculpt right there. Yeah, that looks pretty sweet. And you can see while we do get that T-shaped design on this shield, it's super tiny. I mean, look at that tiny shield. And for some random comparisons, we have the Diamond Select Toys John Wick. We have the Luis Marvel Legends 2-pack with Ghost. We have the arcade game version of Slash from NECA Toys. And then we have the Hasbro's Wedge. And then here's Taskmaster next to your average 6-inch scale figure. We have the Marvel Legends Big Time Badass Spider-Man. Whoa, Taskmaster, you look. Oh, what's this? Oh, you got a little tiny little shield. Oh, look out! Oh, okay, you're badass. Sorry. So if you guys liked this video, if you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and notification bell. It really helps out the channel a lot, as well as all the help I get over here on Patreon. Really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. If you're interested in the bonus content and the giveaways, please check it out. If you're not in a position to do so, well, then I recommend you don't check it out. But I really like this figure over here. I had a lot of fun posing it around. I did fall into the action figure abyss, and I just went posing crazy with this figure. I just went nuts taking taking pictures. I just didn't want to stop. I mean, the figure comes with a lot of accessories, so it's a great time, man. I like how it looks. I have my gripes about it. The gripes are there, but it does not mean I didn't have a lot of fun with the figure. So at the price point of around 25 bucks, I'm gonna give this Taskmaster figure a Sud rating of
I love it!
and I'd like to know what you guys think, so please make sure to let me know in the comments section below. If you want to stay in touch with me over on social media, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!
Posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures every day. I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, I'm posing action figures, it's okay.
That's crispy.
Now to measure out this. Hey, new ShartimusPrime videos. Hey, you should click one. Yeah, click on one of them. Or subscribe if you haven't.
We're shot.